We are gathered together in peace, in love, and in oneness. Many beings of light are here with us from other dimensions. They say to us that we are already masters. But we, some of us, most of us really, have forgotten this. And so they say their purpose this afternoon is to help us remember, to teach us things, and to help us to reconnect with the wisdom, the knowledge, and the perfection of our being as it was in the beginning. As we come full circle, as we complete this path of our soul, and we prepare for a new beginning and a new time. And as we come to the end of this cycle, this end of time, and this preparation for the new beginning of the earth, it is my privilege and pleasure to introduce to you today a very honoured and special guest of mine. And it's Phil. And I want him to come up. This is Phil Gruber. Phil lives in Singapore with his wife Shamila, and I invited him to come along today because of all the people on this earth who've helped and supported me, apart from Tim, of course, Phil would be the one that helped me understand what it was that I was receiving 10 years ago. And he helped me in so many ways. He introduced me here in Singapore. He introduced me in New York. He introduced me in Poland. He introduced me in Germany.
Now she's on this planet.
But he was so influential to my understanding and my learning, and it's a very great privilege and honour to have you here with us today, Phil. Thanks for being here. All your support. Thank you. And so, I want to take you down now into the time of the beginning. And I might turn the lights on actually in the back. What they say is they want us to begin today by going on a journey. It's a journey through time and space. We'll turn the light out now in the back. Shut your eyes. And feel into the core soul part of yourself. Just with your mind, connect to that eternal soul that is you through many, many, many lifetimes. From the time that you first became a separated soul, separate from God, source or the oneness. So just gently shut your eyes. Because when you shut your eyes, it's much easier to go on this journey, otherwise you'll come back into the now. So in the beginning, when you became separated consciousness, you were pure light, you were love, you held all the vibrations of God within your being. Your love was pure, your love was simple, and it was innocent. You could say in some ways that it was naive because you didn't know what you could expect in these 12 dimensions of the lower worlds. Because you weren't here. You were in what's called the higher heavens, or the dimensions above the 12th dimension. you were not in the body, a physical body like you have now. You were in a light body. You were really consciousness. Maybe crystallized into some sort of form, but certainly not a physical form like this. But for your soul to gather into itself wisdom and knowledge, you needed to experience life in different realities, in different places. So you made the brave step of descending through a stargate, a portal in time and space, a stargate called Lyra. Lyra is a 12-dimensional star. The stargate of Lyra is the portal or the entry point to the high heavens. But to go back up, we have to come down, because the whole purpose of us coming down into these lower dimensional worlds is to get wisdom, to learn, to experience, so that we may be truly one with God, but also one with the wisdom that's only gained by experience. So when we came through the stargate of Lyra, we came for the first time into physical bodies. These physical bodies were created with light grids, with sound and light and vibration, words of creation emanating through the eternal eye of God. And these bodies that were created for us in this first time were really manifested by spirit. And we became revered elders in the Lyran civilization because we came from far away, from dimensions that were pure light. But after a time to experience wisdom, we chose to come down through these lower dimensional worlds of the lower heavens, 12 dimensions of the lower heavens, to experience life in different body forms and different physical configurations determined by the environment in which we found ourselves, different star systems. We didn't all incarnate in these star systems, but most of us have had one or more lifetime in these different dimensional worlds. We may have come to Andromeda, which is 9th dimensional, or Orion, which is 8th dimensional, or Arcturians, 7th dimensional, or Sirius, which is 5th or 6th dimensional, Pleiades, 4th dimensional. Or we may also have had time in some of the other dimensional worlds like Alpha Centauri, or Venus, or many other places, both within this galaxy and without. Because there are many mansion worlds, or many mansions that God has made, many houses for the soul. And we've had lifetimes of experience in many of these places, which helps us understand why we are all one. Just as we are all one here on earth, no matter what our physical body shape or form might be, or our ethnic background might be, we are all the same. And as we are all the same on earth, we are also the same as beings from other stars. They just might look different to us because they're created to be in different worlds. So finally, we came to the earth. And for most of us, most of you in this room who've been here on the earth for a very long time, you may have come right at the beginning times, around 100,000 years ago, when there was a great experiment in evolution that was conducted by the Galactic Council, by the Elohim, by the spiritual hierarchy. And this was to infuse that spark of God within the human creation, to create a new type of human being for the earth. Because the earth once was a place called Tara. It was a fifth-dimensional planet, a fifth-dimensional star. And because of the infiltration and the lowering of consciousness caused by the fallen angels and others who turned away from God, the earth fell in consciousness and vibration to the third dimension.